This video is brought to you by Straight Goods News, Canada's alternative online news source. Visit straightgoods.ca.
Well, what they know already is that whatever plans the Conservatives have, they haven't been enough to meet the need. I mean, we're talking about in a city like Toronto, 70,000 people on an affordable housing waiting list, and that's just the people on the list. You know, average Canadians making a modest amount of money. If you're a family in a big city, you're facing incredible difficulties trying to find a decent rental accommodation. Now, the headline, in my view, from the FCM report is that mayors right across the country, big cities, small towns, and rural municipalities are all saying that affordable housing is their number one issue. This government has been asleep at the switch, and I think that this report, which I think in many ways is a very pragmatic report by the FCM. They've taken a look at this government and they've thought very hard about how they can craft some programs to induce the federal government to participate in what's clearly one of the fundamental, most important issues facing Canadians, and that is housing affordability and availability.
The FCM report doesn't necessarily call for affordable housing. It just says increase rental units. There is no guarantee from that report that their plan would even fully reduce rental costs. Actually, it would still be privately run, and they would have the right to set whatever rates they want to. Well, not whatever rates. I mean, obviously there are. Yeah, but my reading of the report is that to access the tax credit, for example, that you would have to guarantee that the units would be at a base market rent, which at this point it guarantees affordability to a certain extent. Now, affordability is a loose term. Right. Yeah, because people on the list that you're referring to likely don't have enough money to even hit those base rent targets. Yeah, well, listen, the FCM report and their recommendations don't represent a global, universal, national, affordable housing strategy. We are actually tabling something like that very soon in the next couple of weeks. But what it does do is it finds some ways in which the federal government, under their current direction, which is essentially extremely laissez-faire, even though they know that this has not worked, the private market cannot fill the affordability gap in housing. And yet, what the FCM has done with these recommendations is said, look, federal government, here are fairly painless ways for you to get involved in increasing the capacity of rental units, and it is contingent on landlords keeping rents at a certain rate.